各位亲爱的网友朋友，大家好。
Hello, my dear friends.
腰痛终于好了，哈
Get
哈，
rid of
这
back
个名字听起来
pain.
这么直白哈。
Ah,
这腰
this
痛有什
is
么了不
very,
起的呀？物理，
uh,
你腰痛过
you
吗？
know,
痛呢，
你也痛
straightforward.
过，
真的
Have you
真的
ever
吗？
had
痛
back
过。
没
pain?
看出来
Um,
哈。
我
to
年轻的时
Christy
候
and
20岁
Joyce?
就有
Well,
过
and
腰
Joyce
椎劳
said,
损。
well,
啊
actually,
啊，
in my
对，然后那
20s,
个
I
医生也
actually
是检
had the
查呀，
lumbar
哦，
muscle
挺好的。我
degeneration.
说啥
And
挺
then
好
the
的，
doctor
那
said,
么难
it's
受。
pretty
40
good. But
年前你有
I
得过这
said,
病
no,
吗？
it's not good. Oh,
不是
over 40 years ago, you had that before?
是的，
痛的感受怎么样？还算
So,
忍受得了吧？哈，
what
还
do you
是受
feel?
得了，反
Are
正
you
也活过
able
来了，但是
to
难受
handle?
啊。
很
Well,
难受，对不对？
yeah, well,
哎，
I
物理的当
survived,
时
but
腰
it's
痛是
very
怎么样？
uncomfortable.
我
What
不仅
about
是腰痛，
Christine?
是叫
Oh,
腰
and
酸
Christine
背
said,
痛。
oh,
哦，
it's
就
not just,
对，腰和背都
the
痛。
lower
就连
back,
在
but
一
the
起，腰
whole
痛又
back
酸。
was
对对
sore
对，要么
and
就是
哦，
晚上睡觉
painful.
的时候，其实
And when
就
I was
就只能
sleeping,
用一个姿
I
势，所以
can
可能会
only
两三
sleep
天。
in one posture.
哦
I
是
couldn't
那样子的。
even
哦，对，
roll
你看
over.
这个腰痛哈，
And so,
看
you
似
know,
以为它不像癌症
lower
那么
back
要
pain,
命，对不
it's
对？
not
但
like
是说
as
有时感觉还不如
life-threatening
要
as
命，就
cancer, but
痛，
sometimes
就
you
痛的
almost
没有
feel like
办法。
it's probably better,
对，这个我在
take
不到
away
20
the
岁之
life.
前我也腰痛
And
过啊。
actually,
对，
myself,
那
before
个时候
20
就
years old,
是
I also had
住这
lower back
个
pain.
帐
What?
篷啊，
Well,
就
at
是
the
藏族这个
time
帐篷
we
嘛。我
lived
是客
in the
人嘛，
tents,
我
the
进去之
Tibetan
后就
tents.
睡边上，
Because
结果
I
呢，就是那
was
个
the
风
guest,
啊，
and so I
吹的，
have to sleep at the,
那
the
白天呢
side
也
of the
帮他们
tent, and
干
so
活，我
there
也走
were
路哈，
drifts
太
flowing
累，
over. And
太累
also
了
in
之
the
后呢，累得
daytime,
快虚
I
脱。
worked too much, and I
所以
was
在那个
too
帐篷能睡觉呢，
exhausted.
我是最边缘上。
And when
那
I
一
was
天那个
sleeping,
是
I slept at the
狂
side
风
of the
大作，
tent, and
非
that
常的寒
day
冷
it was
啊，第二天腰就不会动了。
very strong wind.
哎，
And the next day
对，
after I
所以当时师
woke
傅也
up,
在
I
跟
couldn't
前，
move.
哎
And
呀，
at that
真是
time, my
真觉得
master wasn't there.
好
And
像
I felt
这
like,
要命的时刻到
oh
了。
no,
反应
it's like the
然后我
end
就
of the
觉得就
world.
是趴着
And
也
so
痛，躺着也痛，
I
也
felt
是
like
翻不了
if I
身。 哎，
even lie
那
on my
后来
belly,
呢，
I feel
这
pain. I
个
might
到了
lie
市
on
里
my
去之
back,
后
it's
找医
painful.
生啊，
And so I
找
went
中
to the
医、西
city
医
to
呀，
find
也
all
都治
kinds of
哈，反正也不
doctors,
太有作用。哎，
Western
那
doctors,
么医生呢
TCMs,
也
and
曾经就是中
it
不是西
didn't
医建议
they
呢，
they
他要
couldn't
打一
help
种封
much.
闭针，
And
我也
the
不懂封闭
Western
针是什么，
doctors, they
他也说
usually would
反正
say,
不一定特别
I
有
need to
效哈，
take a
不
block
是以治疗为
injection.
主的，
I
但
didn't
只
know
是说
what
你
that
感受不到
was,
痛
but
的啊，
there
他说
was a
是一种
kind of
类固醇
injection
的
that
东
will
西，
make you,
可
it's
能
kind of a
长久
steroid
之
that
后
will
对你的
help
骨
you
头
to
啊之
feel no
类的
pain.
可能会
But
有影响，
for a longer
有
time,
副
it
作
can
用
hurt
啊。
your brain,
所以
hurt your
这
bones.
个我不想去这种治，我说不
So
想要
I
伤到我
I
的骨
didn't
头啊。
want to hurt
对，
my
后来
bones,
找了
so
师
I
傅，
didn't
师傅
want
给
to
我治
take the
治，基
injection.
本
So
上
I
不痛了。
found my
过几天又痛，师傅
master,
当时
and
一
so
看我
after
这
a
个
few
问题，他
days,
说这个
I
痛也是让你体会一下
I
啊。
got better. But
这
after a
个
few days, I had pain
大家
again,
以
and so
为
my
这个
master
腰
said,
酸背痛是件
"Well,
小事情
this
哈，
pain is
但
something
是
that
腰
you
酸
are
背痛
supposed to
是几
experience.
乎人人的
Usually,
一生当中
you think
都
that
可能
the
遇到的
back
一个
pain
问
is
题
a small
啊。
issue, but
但
and
是真正
almost
的腰痛
everybody
啊，
had
你现在体会
well
到的其实
might
都
have
是一个假象，
experienced back pain, lower back
因为你
pain.
过几天
And
就好
so
了。
right now,
但
when
是
you
他
have a
说
little
很
bit of
多人
pain,
哈，
a
几
lot
年
of
几十
times
年腰痛，
it could be
所
just
以你
for
现在的感受要严
temporarily,
重的
and
多
some people
啊，比你
might
想象
have a
的要
long
严重的
time,
多啊，所以你
long-term
要
pain,
体
and
会一
it
下。
could be
因此
more
呢，你会
serious.
记住
And
这样
so
的痛苦的感
you
觉，
need to
这就让我记
experience
住
it and
啊。
remember
也因此
the
呢，所以我就
pain,
了解了这种
because
腰
there are so
痛的
many
人的
people
一些
having this
状
pain.
况，
And so
真的也有
that's
点生
how
不如死的
I
感觉。
experienced the
因为
pain
你
and
闻那个十
felt
几
like
岁，你
it's
说多年
almost
轻啊，对吧？
yeah,
你突
I'd
然之
rather
间
die
几乎
than
生
having
活
the
不能
pain.
自理。
So I was just a
对，所
teenager
以
and
这
I
个
couldn't
遭
look
遇
after
这些
myself.
遭遇真的是有
So, Grandmaster, even though it is just accidental, but usually young people would think like,
对，
oh, we're young, so I have good immune system and back pain or lower back pain will never happen. But still, nowadays in the modern time, because they are always, writing or working on a computer, and that those would all cause, cervical spine or the lumbar spine that they have. Yeah. A lot of the young people who are like computer software design,
年轻爱读书
yeah,
但尤
engineers,
其是
and
不
then
在
they
学校读
a
书
lot
的
of
时候，
times they have some
因为
kind
现在
of
这
these
个
problems.
瘟疫期间嘛，
during this pandemic, a lot of the high schools, middle schools, and universities, those students, they don't need to go to the school. They just need to be home, and with the computer, they can have the virtual classes. But nobody would remind them of their posture. So sometimes they would just lean on the sofa, or maybe they would put their legs up, or whatever posture it could be, like freestyle. And so improper posture, it does hurt, the bones and, a lot of places, and especially so students who are always working on the computers, or if you're doing some labor, if you're not in a good posture, or if it is too heavy, or if you're too exhausted, you can actually get injured. So in some special industries like the construction worker, or even some, moving companies, and they always need to use their back muscles or lower back, and then it's very likely to get injured. And I remember my father once, he had to climb up this ladder to do something, and all of a sudden he fell down, and then his lumbar was injured. And so in North America, a lot of times they got the injury because of car accidents, and whatever car accidents it could be, the most likely to be injured is either the cervical spine or the lumbar spine, because it's a very sudden shock and attack, and so it could even have like dislocated. And also there's, because of aging, I don't know what age should be, like middle-aged or seniors. Anyone who is over 35 years old, you might experience like back pain or lower back pain. Just now, an online friend said, "Oh, all ladies would probably have already experienced back pain, lower back pain, because you always have to do housework and." When there was no washing machine, I noticed my mother and my grandmother, every time after they wash the clothes, they feel so sore on the back, and those farmers, peasants, they work in the fields. Of course, they would have back pain because of so much work and labor. So it's very, very common, and very, very common for a lot of people. Yes, Grandmaster said. So today we're going to share a story. Stories from Los Angeles. Los Angeles is from California in United States. Okay, so United States, Los Angeles, Schabarum. Schabarum Park, Schabarum Regional Park. There's Energy Bagua practice point, and they walk Energy Bagua there in the Schabarum Regional Park, and then they walk the Energy Bagua, and then their back is recovered. Actually, my lower back pain actually restricted my moving to the right. It has already been like 7 or 8 years. So it's over a decade up to now. It's painful and it restricts my movement. So I went to see doctors for it, and I had nerve block injections. After the injection, the pain got a little better, but still I cannot move or turn. My movement to the right is still restricted. The lumbar strain also caused a slip disc in the lumbar. So sometimes I'd suddenly slip and fall when washing my face. I'd lost all my strength. I can't carry anything that's heavy. Before, when I was washing my face and brushing my teeth, I'd suddenly fall on the floor and can't get up. It was very severe. My cervical spine issue started even earlier. when it was about 20 years ago. I had neck issues when I was young, and it caused skin numbness and muscle stiffness on the left shoulder. It was very uncomfortable. So I remember I started learning Energy Bagua in 2015. At the beginning, maybe within a week, I felt I can turn to the right more than before. So I had confidence. I firmly persevered in walking Energy Bagua and practicing the meditation of greater illumination. So everything's great now. Every morning I practice at the Schabarum Park. The first benefit was for the lumbar strain. I remember this clearly. After about 3 to 4 months. The cervical issue took a little longer to get well, maybe about a year or half or 2 years. When I touch it, it seems it's dropped a bit and the muscles were less tense. And gradually it all gets better. Now the skin is not numb. It feels like my skin. The muscles are not tense. It's tender. Look at me now. I can tend to the right naturally to a great extent. Very easy. Look at my spine. It's straight. Unlike before, it didn't have any strength. And I was hunched before. Now I have very high spirits. You can see my high energy level, very vigorous. And so Energy Bagua is miraculous. After walking Energy Bagua for all these years, I had a surprising result. It gave me a beauty treatment. Before, I had a lot of age spots. Some age spots were very dark and it was raised on the skin. Same for the other side. But now the age spots on this side have almost disappeared. Some age spots are very light. My forehead looks brighter. Before it was dark and black. My age spots, my hands. Take a look. Before it covered the back of my hands. Now it's very light, almost gone. So this is a bonus for me. I'm very grateful. After walking Energy Bagua, lumbar strain healed, tense left shoulder muscle and numbness disappeared, age spot disappeared, or got lighter. So let's summarize. So first, over 10 years of lumbar strain was healed, and only 3 to 4 months of walking Energy Bagua healed the lumbar strain, and over 20 years of the cervical spine problem and the shoulder muscle and numbness of the skin disappeared, and also many years of age spots, faded or even disappeared. So when we look at him, he is so energetic and so vigorous. We're so happy for him. And he also mentioned that he even had to take the blocking shot, and it was just too painful. And so the doctors asked him to take the block injections. And for me, like if I hear about the block injection, you have to be painful to such an extent. Some sportsmen, because they had to continue the competition, they would have to go and take the block injection so that they can continue the competition. And so you can see that this old man, that he actually has been so painful before. So let's give you a little bit knowledge about the block injection. So they have some anesthetic and some painkillers, and so that the acute pain will be relieved or killed the pain after, like within a very short period of time. And so if it's effective, can we use them for a long time? Whenever you have the pain, you just take that shot, right? No. That's only for anti-inflammatory or it's like a painkiller, but it's not healing. So say, for example, if you have the lumbar muscle strain, it just reduces the pain, but it's like a temporarily reducing the pain, and it's not inflammatory for a short period of time, but it's not healing. Well, if you have the pain and you just want to reduce inflammation, so you just take the injections, but after a few days after the injection, because it's anesthetic, and after the anesthesia, then it will be painful again. So it's just a temporary painkiller. And so if you continue to take the block injection, it also has side effects. Say, for example, it can also cause obesity, because it takes a lot of fat was when it's absorbed, and it also can cause the ulcer of the stomach or intestines, and it can even cause high blood pressure. Oh, that's terrible. And also, if you already had diabetes, and it can trigger things like so any cuts would become very difficult to heal, and so that's why we do not suggest people to take block injection. And another side effect is that it can even cause osteoporosis. And so we in our live stream, we actually had talked about osteoporosis before, and when people are going to a certain age, and you can see on the left side was the regular bones, and on the right side was people with osteoporosis. And so this block injections will cause even further loss of the bone issues and the calciums. And so if you don't have to take block injection, then don't. And for this Mr. Lee, it was too painful, so he actually had to take the block injections a few times, but it didn't really help him. So it brought the whole pain, the back pain, lower back pain, actually bothered him for many years. And he also mentioned, like, when he was brushing his teeth and washing face, and several times the intervertebral disc will suddenly be slipped, and he would suddenly fall and couldn't get up. Just brushing some teeth and you would fall, and the disc will suddenly slip and couldn't get up. Oh my gosh. So let's look at the picture. The lumbar disc, they're like the bamboos. They are one after another, so that our waist, we can move very freely. And in between the disc, there's a tube, and there is the marrow. And there are also nerves around that area to reach to all parts of the body. And so when the disc in between the disc, if the discs are displaced, the nerves might have some kind of imbalance, and so because of that he would fall, and it's very dangerous. This is the first time I've heard about this. My understanding is like, so this is the intervertebral disc slipping. And so my imagination is that it's just like the screws, they have a disc in between. Is it similar? Yeah. So, there's this facial layer which connects the disc together. And when sometimes when the fascia layer is all worn out, and then the bones are actually too close, and it's very easy for the disc to slip down. And so when the disc is slipped, then at the time when the disc slipped, then the person would fall and won't be able to move at all, because you don't know which nerve has been pressed. Yeah. So when I just thinking about when he fell, yeah. So at the time you cannot move, and yeah, and you cannot cry, and if the blood pressure suddenly increase, it can cause it's life-threatening, and so also because if you are because you're brushing your teeth, and if there's anything sharp, and you suddenly fell on, the very maybe on glass or maybe on a very sharp edge of the washing room. Yeah, there was an actor or actress in Taiwan who slipped and fell in the washroom and died. And so this Mr. Lee was not just having the lumbar disc strain, but also not just the muscles, but also the lumbar disc also have that. So usually the doctor would just tell it's just the strain of the lumbar muscles, but actually in his case it was very, very serious, and a lot of times the doctors cannot do anything. But Energy Bagua really created a miracle. Before, he said he just within 1 week his movement to the right for many, many years he couldn't move to the right, but within a week he was able to move to the right to a certain extent, and so that gave him a lot of confidence. And so this Mr. Lee is very lucky, very fortunate, and he even get more handsome because of the skin is more beautiful. Yeah, and his cervical spine is getting better. When you come to practice energy, because we're not a beauty salon, why it can make the skin beautiful? It's because internally when we're full of energy and all the organs are now back to use, and the skin, of course, definitely will be more useful and glowing. Do you remember that those spots are age spots? It's age spots appeared because of some organs are aging, and wherever the age spot appears will indicate a corresponding part of the organs have problem. If there are age spots on the temple, it's probably a very terrible thing. Oh no, I shouldn't tell you because this is a divine secret. You have to pay me so that I will disclose this to you. Well, it's not the physical problem but practicing Energy Bagua. Yeah. So, okay, let's look at the age spot on the hands. Yeah. So, anyways, Energy Bagua helps us to be more useful. So that Mr. Lee, and when I look at him, when he was practicing Energy Bagua, he was quite straight, and he also said that he's not hunched. Oh, your Chinese is like English Chinese. Yeah. Oh, okay. Anyways, he is very straight, and also look at his eyes is now glowing, and his skin is now clear, and his back is more straight. He really looks younger, and he felt now is quite full of energy. This is wonderful. This is very good luck. So I think you should continue to practice, and I hope that Energy Bagua will will be with you for longer. And so in order for you to have more energy, I would gift you this pu'er tea that has already been over 10 years, so that you'll be healthier and stronger, full of energy and vitality. Okay, congratulations, Mr. Lee. Yeah. So Energy Bagua every day, and you live over 99. Yeah. So this Los Angeles Schabarum Regional Park Energy Bagua practice group Actually, there are many people, they had, back issues or bone issues. That's a coincidence or maybe not a coincidence, but they all had very good benefit. So let's look at the next sharing. So I'm from Los Angeles. My name is Zhao Shuzi. I'm 72 years old. In the past, I had gout and also osteoporosis, and so my health was very, very bad. My hands and feet are swelling, and all the joints are swelling too, and very painful. Over 20 years, and all the joints and my fingers are so swelling that I couldn't even wear my rings, and the rings will be stuck there at the joints, and all the joints are so painful. Whenever the weather changes, then I'm like the weather forecast. I know that the weather will change and it will rain, and because my joints will be painful, and also my knee is swelling. I couldn't squat down, and so if I need to mop the floor, I have to stand. I cannot squat down, and if I wash dishes or do any housework, if I stand too long, the swelling knees is so painful that I have to bring a stool to rest my foot there. And I also have the frozen shoulder. Because of the frozen shoulder, when I'm washing the dishes, my shoulders are so sore. And so I have to rest my arms on the side of the sink so that, so that I can wash dishes. So this pain, it's been so long, it bothered me for so long. If I go to see the doctor only gave me some anti-inflammatory medicines. And if I ever wash in the cold water, I couldn't sleep. At the middle of the night, I would wake up with the pain, and the lower back is so painful. I couldn't bend over. I couldn't carry anything heavy. And I went to see the doctor. The doctor said, "Oh, you have very terrible osteoporosis. Be careful, never fall. Otherwise, all your bones will smash." And I was so frightened. But ever since I worked Energy Bagua, all these symptoms slowly disappear after starting from 1 year after practice Energy Bagua, and you can see my fingers are now thinner, and all those joints are now back to normal, and my knees are not swelling anymore. Look at me. I can squat down and stand up. I can do 10 times, over 10 times, no problem. My lower back is not painful, and I can even dance. Before I couldn't do any of those, and now I can even play the guzheng, which is an ancient Chinese musical instrument, and I can cook from morning till night and in the kitchen and cook for my children. I'm not tired. I don't have any pain on my lower back. This is really wonderful. I'm so grateful for Grandmaster for teaching us Energy Bagua, for bestowing us with such a gem. Thank you, Grandmaster. So after working Energy Bagua, 20 years of the joint swelling and pain disappeared, and frozen shoulder. Yeah, it's good. When we watch that, all of us are very are smiling. She's so happy because she's talking from her heart. She's so happy. These rheumatoid arthritis and swelling, like the joints, the knees and the finger joints, and it was swelling before, but now she's able to squat down, and she was able to dance even better than young people. Well, just talking, and she used to have gout. Thinking about all these diseases, they're all very, very hard to cure. If we ever have anyone at home who has these diseases, and the whole family would, feel very low, because when she had so much pain on the knees, so she had to rest rest her feet on her foot on the stool. So yeah, these are all chronic diseases. And before, if she ever washed in the cold water, she wouldn't be able to sleep the whole night, and the whole night she couldn't sleep. And this is so hard to imagine, like ordinary people. And all those people like have rheumatoid arthritis. They are like a weather forecaster, and they can always tell the change of the weather. Yeah, her problem sounds like caused by, got some cold and also dampness after delivery a child. You look at her fingers, they were deformed, and after she got well, the fingers are now thin, and she used to have also the frozen shoulder. Actually, her whole body were all deformed, and she had very serious problem. And if she used cold water, she couldn't sleep. Yes, so she had too much coldness and dampness. It's just too much, way too much. And now she walks Energy Bagua every day, and she now is a very happy lady, and she can do housework every day in the kitchen. She gets younger and younger. She doesn't look like 72 years old, and she's dancing. She looks like 30 years old or 40 years old. Yeah. And so she said, she felt even more healthier than her children, and she's also in such a good mood, and she's very happy. And if anybody's mother is like this, the whole family, before, when she was so painful, everybody will be low, and these kind pain will cause them to be, very prone to blaming people, to very bad temper, right? Because if anybody who's sick will not have very good temper or very good mood, right? And especially if she goes to see a doctor, then they will just give you some steroid medicine, and then that will cause more problems. And they can either harm the kidney, and if it just harms the stomach, it's not the worst, and then your body may be like the glass. And good thing is that we have Energy Bagua, and she also practiced Energy Bagua at the Schabarum Regional Park Energy Bagua practice site. And so she she recovered from all these chronic diseases and so much pain, and especially for people who love to dance and who loves to cook. And she has a very outgoing personality, and now she's able to go back to youth, and she can do all these work, and she can play the musical instrument, and she can dance, and she's so happy. And so Grandmaster also reminded her that she has a lot of dampness and coldness. So this means that you need to continue to practice Energy Bagua. So make sure you practice every single day, and wish you walk Energy Bagua every day and live over 99. Yeah. So this is wonderful. Shall we give this sister a blessed gift? Sure. Yeah, so this is age 40. I wish you health, longevity, walk Energy Bagua every day. You live over 99 years old. So this Schabarum Energy Bagua practice points, they have more Um,
对对，
more
只用
testimonials.
Schabarum 大
Oh,
家都觉得我
now
能好起
when I
来
hear
了。
Schabarum, I already feel this is kind of a
那我们看一下
magical
Schabarum 八卦点
point,
的平草
magical
师姐给我们带来
location,
她的
right?
受益
Okay,
见证。好，
let's hear the
来自
sharing
美国
from
洛杉
Sister
矶，
Ping Cao,
我是从事商务咨询
Ping
公司
Cao
的。
from
7年
Los
前，我去
Angeles,
拉斯
the
维
United
加斯
States.
参
I
加一
work
个
in
会
business
展，
consulting.
在
7
会
years
展期
ago,
间，
I was in
一不
Las
小心
Vegas for a
下楼
conference.
梯的时
During
候
the
踩
meeting,
空，
I
就
had
从
an
楼梯
accident.
一
As I
节一
walked
节
down
一
the
节
stairs,
坠
I
下来，
slipped
然后最后
and slipped
4
down
节
the
的时候
stairs.
就滑到了地上。那有 10
Boston
几节楼
bumped on
梯，
every single
哇！
step
当
before
时我都
finally
懵了，
sliding onto the ground.
也没感
There
觉
were
到有
more
多
than
疼
10
痛，
steps.
然后我
I
就
was
接着去参加
dazed
了
at
会
that
展。
moment,
结
and I
束以
didn't
后，
feel any pain,
晚
so I
上
continued to
哇，
attend the
那
conference. But
一
that
下就
night,
动不了了，
I couldn't move
不论是
anymore.
浑身腰以下
I
都动不
couldn't
了，
move
很疼很
anything
疼。
below my
第二天
waist.
早上我
The
就赶快
pain
去看医
was
生，医
excruciating.
生拍
The
了片
following
就
day,
说：
I went to see
哎
the
呀，你这
doctor.
个
After an
颈
x-ray,
椎
the
骨
doctor
粉碎
said
了，
that
裂
my
了，
tailbone
然
had
后
been
坐骨神经
entirely
严重的
fractured
受损，
and severely damaged
你
the
的
sciatic
开一些
nerves.
止痛药啊，
He
然后
gave
做
me
物理治疗，看
painkillers
有
and
没有办法。
recommended
然后我就
physiotherapy.
做了几个疗
He
程，
didn't have
也没
too
什么
much
用，
to recommend to
还
me.
是疼。
Unfortunately,
扎针
he
啊
didn't
什
have
么
any
都
cure.
有
I
忙
had
过，
several
中
courses
医
of
啊、西
treatment,
医啊
but
都
they
来
were
看。
they
医
were
生说：
useless.
哎呀，你
There
这
was
个
still pain. I
也
tried
治不
acupuncture,
好了，
traditional Chinese
我给你
medicine,
个残疾
Western
证吧，
medicine,
你
everything.
以后
The
就
doctor said there's no cure.
方便一
However,
些。
I can
当我拿
designate
到
you
残
as
疾
a
证挂在
person with
车上的时候，
disabilities.
哇，那个
It will
心
give
情
you
啊，
some
以后
convenience.
是
I
不是
was
就我就
very
变残疾人了，
emotional
这辈子
when
都
I
废了。
received the disabled sign and hang it on my car. I'm going to be
经过朋
disabled
友
all
介
my
绍，
life. I
进
was
菩提，
now
然后进了菩提禅
uh,
修，正好
yeah,
在
for
我
the
家
whole
附近
life.
呢有个八卦
My
点，
friend
就是
recommended me
撒巴
to
朗公
Bodhi
园，
meditation, and
然后我每
luckily
天
there's an
都会
Energy
去走
Bagua
八卦。
practice point close to
刚
my
开始
home
的时候
at
呢，
the
越走
Schabarum
腿还
Park.
有点
So I
疼，
walked Energy Bagua there
膝盖
every
也
day.
疼，
In the
哪都
beginning, there
疼，
was a
走不
pain
了一
when I
圈，两
walked.
圈就得歇着。
My leg,
后
my
来我
knees,
就
and a
每
lot of
天进
places
行
are
实
painful.
走，
I
越
couldn't
走
even
呢，
walk one
哎，
circle.
慢慢
I had to
的，
take
大
a
概
break after
1、2
one or
个
two
月以后，
circles. The
感
leader
觉
of the
腿没有
practice
这么
local
疼了，我
encouraged
能
me to
抬起来了。
persist in
要不然
practicing
我
Energy
穿
Bagua,
裤子啊
and
什
there
么
will
的
be good
都抬
results.
不
So
起
I
腿的，
persisted
就要
in
坐
walking
着出
Energy
来，
Bagua
躺
every
在床
day.
上都疼，别说走路疼。
I had no
躺着
way
我都
out.
疼。
The doctor
哎，我
already
走了
said
3、
I'm
4个月
disabled,
八
so I
卦以
wanted
后，
to
哎，
give it a try.
睡觉
As
的
I
时候没有
practiced
这么
Energy
疼了，
Bagua
也不用
slowly, I
吃
felt the
止疼
leg
药了。
pain going away
哎，
after a
后来
month
我就
or
接着
two,
走。
and I can lift
大
my
概走了
legs.
半年
Before,
以
I
后
couldn't
呢，
even
我
lift
就
my
能
legs to
正
put
常
on
的走
pants.
，1个多
I
小
have
时
to
也不
put
疼
them
了。
on
我
while
还参
sitting
加了
down.
那个
The legs were painful
菩
when
提
I
禅修跳舞
walked,
队
and
儿，
even
我
lying
们
on the bed
彩
after
下
walking
从一
Energy
个
Bagua for 3 to
残疾
4 months.
人，
It was
短
less
短半
painful
年
when I
时间
slept,
就
and I
治
didn't
好
need
了，
to
演
take
出什么的，
painkillers, so
哎
I
呀，我觉
continued to
得特
practice.
别
After
开
6
心。
months of practice, and I can walk normally. I can walk for an hour without feeling any pain. I also participated in Bodhi Meditation
然
Dance
后我
Club.
还
It's
有这
hard to
个
believe that I have
花粉症
transformed from a
症，
disabled
春
person
天的时
to
候
an
我就
able
会
person who can
忍不
dance
住
in
流
just a
眼
year.
泪，
I'm so happy.
然后我
I
去
also
做了
have
一个过敏
seasonal
原的测试，
allergies. Every
医生说
spring,
我
I'd
对
be
100
sneezing,
多种东
crying,
西过敏，
coughing, and a
树
whole
啊，还
range of
有
symptoms. There's
土壤
nothing I
啊，还
can
有
do. So
有
I
时
had
候
an
那个
allergy
空
test, and
气
doctor said
在
I'm
里
allergic to over
没有办法
100
治，只
allergies.
能吃药。就吃
Allergens,
了药呢，
including
也有
tree
很多副
soils
作
and
用，
things in the
啊，
air.
根据
There's
这
no
个
actual
病毒，
treatment,
啊，
and I
头
can
也
only
疼，
take medicine.
晚
But
上
after I
睡
take
也睡不
medicine,
好觉，吃
there
了
are
很
only
过
a
敏药。
lot of
我还
side
买一
effects.
摞
It's
纸，
really
老得
painful.
起
I had
名字啊，
headaches and
擦
I couldn't
擦眼
sleep
睛
well
啊，
because of the
嗯，
allergy
很
medicine.
这个很
Sometimes I'd
影
get
响我
sleepy
的
and
生活。
teary after the
走八卦以
medication.
来呢，
So I always
哎，
carry a
到花
whole
粉
stack
春
of
天的时候，
Kleenex.
我就没觉得有什
because I constantly need to blow my nose and wipe the tears. After walking Energy Bagua, when spring came, I didn't have symptoms. Now I can go to flower fields with my friends. I can go on field trips and other outdoor activities. Before, I got very nervous picking up my blood test because many tests would be outside of the normal range. For example, my results were usually 70 to 80 range for the indicators for fatty liver. I was very worried that the fatty liver issue might progress into liver cancer. The doctor just recommended weight loss, so there's no medication for it. As I saw the indicator reduce from 70 to 30 or 20, I'm so happy. This is another surprise from practicing Energy Bagua. I don't have fatty liver issues anymore. I've also lost 7 to 8 pounds. I have a lot of benefits from practicing Energy Bagua. I'm sincerely grateful to Grandmaster JinBodhi for teaching us such an excellent practice. Thank you,
这
Grandmaster.
真是感恩师傅啊！
真的
Yeah,
这
we're so
告别
grateful
残疾
to
症
Grandmaster. Oh, she
谁
can now say
对
goodbye
谁
to
车
the
上挂着残疾
disabled
证我
真
残疾
的
part.
人，凭什
Who
么
like to
哎
put
呦
that
这个打击太
parking
大了。
啥都
disabled
咱
parking
什么
card
都
on
上
the
真仙啊，就
on
这
the
个残疾
car?
千万
Yeah,
别去整，
yeah.
千万不要要。
Oh,
人都说叫
you
什么？俗
want
话
a
说
lot of things
有
that you
钱
don't
啊
want
没
this.
没啥什么
Yeah,
要
so
病
there's
不
an
能
old
有病，就
Chinese
是
saying.
缺
Yeah.
啥不能缺钱是吧？
Yeah,
对
um,
就是有
yeah,
啥
you don't
没
want
啥
to be
没
lack
啥
of
别没
money
钱，有
and
啥别有病。
哎，
终于想起
这
来
and
了，
but
这
对
don't
最不
want
眼红
to
的就是这个
have
对，千
you
万
want to
不
have a
要
lot of
残
things
疾
that you
症。
don't want to
对，
have
然后这
illnesses,
个
yeah,
世界
and you
上
don't want to
怎么
have a
所
disability
谓的
card.
残疾啊，
And
人家都好
so
了啊。
yeah,
就是他
well, she
这个
used
他
to
也
be
是职业女性啊，
disabled,
就参
and
加
you
会
can
展的
see
时候，
that she
我姑
was
且称头，而且不知道了
professional
哈，可能人
before,
家对
and
面儿有
probably
流
she
水
was
滑的
wearing
干
high
干
heel
的，
maybe,
然
and
后
maybe
那
the
个楼
floor
梯
was too
结果
slippery,
可能就
and
踩空
the
了，没踩好。
stairs, and she
对对
just
对对对对
slipped,
对，
and
坐
she
着
just
后
slipped
坐着坐着
down
台阶，对
step
对对对对，
after
下来
one
了。
step after
尾椎
another,
骨最怕这一招，一
on
般尾椎骨咱
on
也
the
碰不
bottom.
着它，
Yeah,
对不对？还
对，
不像腰啊、脖
yeah.
子什么的，
Usually,
尾椎
yeah.
骨一般
It's
碰不着，
terrible
它
for
是
the
用坐
tailbone.
的时候，
Usually,
没错。
yeah,
要么在
we
马
don't
路
touch
上，
the
你屁股坐到
tailbone.
地
Yeah,
那个
if you
马路牙子
suddenly
上了，跺一下就
fall
硌到尾
and
椎骨，
if
要么就是这
the
种。
the
楼
curb
梯上，对
suddenly
对对
hit
对对对，
the
而且还
tailbone,
不是
or
硌
if
一
you
下，还哒哒哒哒
suddenly
哒
slip
哒
on the
十几
stairs,
节呢。
and
对，我的
she
天呐，也
actually
所以他看完了那个
her
医生那个那个照片
tailbone
子之后，就是
bumped on
粉
every
碎性
single
尾椎
step,
骨折，
like over 10
粉碎
steps,
椎
and
骨
so
粉
all
碎
the
了，
so
怎
her
么办
tailbone
呢？
我
was
想
师
象
傅，
中他当
completely
场就是
entirely
当天就
fractured.
已经可能
Oh
爬不起来了
no!
那种
不是那个
感觉。
地方又
Well,
够不着，又没法打夹板儿，这怎
yeah,
么
but
弄啊？
uh,
这
but
真的
you
大
cannot
夫
reach
真
the
麻烦。
tailbone to,
对，
you know,
而且
to
你看，像就是咱
to
们那
to
个腰
to
椎啊，
sort
什么
of
颈椎
fix the
肩膀啊，
bones, right?
就
And
有的
so
时候还得
usually
用那个
sometimes
推
the
拿的哈，
shoulders
正
or
骨的。如果有
maybe
的人
or
真的是
yeah,
很
some
有本
people
事，
maybe
很
they
会
can
动
do
的话，他搭
tuina
一下可
or
能又给你复
yeah
位了，还
or
好了。这尾椎
chiropractor
骨你
sometimes to
摸
get
不
back
着
to
它呀，
就是尾
um
椎骨
脚
the
坐都
the
不能
back
坐，
to
你
normal,
不能
but
他
the
说了吗？
tailbone
动
you
不起
cannot
来，
reach
是
it, and
啊，
she
而且
cannot
就
sit
像
and
如
she
果是一
cannot
些骨
stand,
裂
and
啊
it
或
was
者
so
什么的，
painful.
它还得
Yeah,
慢慢恢
if
复，
it's just
对，
a
粉碎
crack,
性的真的很难
it
恢复。
may
这个应该
recover,
是
but
讲这个
真
it's
的这种残疾，对，
entirely
脊椎骨
fractured.
里
It's
最严重的就是
definitely,
这个
yeah,
尾椎
it's
骨，
the most
真的真
serious
实在是没
damage
办
and
法，
injury
好
on
像
the
他做
tailbone,
手术都没法做手
and
术，
even
没办法。
um,
对对对，他
surgery cannot
碰
help.
不到它这一块儿，
Yeah,
真的也
because
是
it's
哎，一个
completely
灾难吧，
fractured.
对于您来说。
Yeah,
嗯。
so that
然后呢，你
was
看它是
really
多
a
年的这种痛苦，对
catastrophe.
吧？
And
多
for
年的
many
痛苦，
years, she was
夜不
in
能寐，然后
pain.
坐
She
也不
couldn't
行，站也
sleep
不
at
行，
night. She
为什
couldn't
么跳
stand.
舞
She
什么就
couldn't
别
sit.
说
She
了
let
啊。
alone dance
结果
or
呢，
go
俩朋友
out.
介
And
绍来走八卦了，一
uh,
两个月以
luckily,
后
there
就
was a
开始
friend who
见效，她
introduced
就
her to
腿
Bodhi
就没力
meditation.
了，
Only
腿
after
本来就不行，对对
one or
对，
two
对，她尾
months,
椎
she
骨再加上
already
那个坐骨神经
get
受
better.
伤吧，所
And
以她坐骨神经受
so
伤就整
yeah,
个两
so
条
she
腿都
had
不能
the
行了，那后半边儿，
tailbone
嗯，
对，
fractured
很
and
难受
also
的。
damage the
你真
sciatic
的说不
nerves.
要
And
这
so
腿了，她
yeah,
不
so
不
the
要离开
sciatic
那个
pain is
痛不行
also
的那种，坐
very
骨神经痛已经很难受
excruciating
很难受
and
的。
very
一
uncomfortable
两个月
and
开始
very
见效
hard to
改
walk.
善，
And
跟
so
前面
within
那个
1 or
复
2
健什么
months,
那
it's
些
getting
那些
better.
治疗都没有用，
Yeah.
可是八大内功一两个
Before
月
she
有改
also
善，
did a
半
lot
年
of
就
rehab
全
and
都
other
消失了，
physical
告
treatment,
别
but
残疾症。
physiotherapy,
真
and
的，
they
对，
didn't
这
work
个太好了。
这个尾
too
椎这个问题啊，这是
well.
一
But
般的就是
after
脊
1 or
椎受
2
伤，
months of
真正的
Energy
脊椎大
Bagua,
受
it's
伤也
completely
没办法
different.
治。
嗯，
Yeah.
但
So
是在
if
脊椎
there's
之
a
中
have
相对最难的
serious
呢是尾椎。
damage, yeah, on the
哎，
whole
这个是
spine, the
难治
hardest
到不
place
得
to
了，
heal is the
而且
tailbone.
痛
It's
苦异
really,
常。
really hard, and it's
就是
very, very
在
painful, very,
这
very
个
uncomfortable.
西医之中，说疼痛
The
有10个级别哈，有的
doctors
疼
say
痛
they're
能
like
达
say
到第
from
10等，
1 to 10.
痛
The
到鬼
pain
出
from
来。
1 to 10, the tailbone pain can be 10. Yeah, so people can scream because of the pain.
并且它还
Yeah,
有别
it's
的问题，
pressing on the nerves, and she also have other problems. And so after she healed her tailbone, this is the biggest problem. Yeah, this is the happy thing, the happiest thing actually for her. And another thing is her hay fever or seasonal allergies, and this is now actually right now in North America, a lot of people are already starting. And when I just came to Vancouver, I saw, wow, in Vancouver in the spring it's so beautiful. And I called a lot of my friends to come and take pictures, but they refused because they have already had that allergy to the pollens. And I didn't know that allergies the pollen can make them so uncomfortable. And when I went to see them, I can see that they like their eyes are swollen, their nose are red, and I never imagined that the allergy can cause so much discomfort, and they also affect their emotions. And Sister Ping Cao, does she has any other problem? Yes, she also has the fatty liver. So normally it should be 20. Right now she is 20 to 30. It's absolutely normal. But before she was like 70 to 80, and at the time she was very worried. Yeah, once when we were sharing about Energy Bagua's benefit, yeah, so when they have very serious fatty liver, then it can cause liver cancer. It is possible. And so that's why she was very worried, but medication cannot control. And so she just walked Energy Bagua every day, and so it just slowly come down until it's only 20 to 30 years old. And so she's now back to normal. So it actually saved her life. Yeah. And she also went to dance, and she lost weight. So her seasonal allergy was cured, and she can go anywhere, outings, and not only she can go out for any trips, can even take pictures in the flower fields. And wow, this is so happy. Shall we? Yeah, she is also a practitioner at the Schabarum Regional Park. So this is in Los Angeles, yes, in California. It's Schabarum Regional Park Energy Bagua Practice Point. Yes, remember Schabarum. Schabarum. Remember Schabarum. Yeah, so they've already had a lot of miracles. Great. Congratulations, Sister Ping Cao. Yeah, so Grandmaster, does she has a gift? Yes. So when I'm watching her story, I also noticed some of her other issues. So I will give her a blessed bracelet. So this is a bracelet that will protect you. Wear it day and night, okay? And I will also give you this incense burner. So this is a specially, order. We have 10 of these incense burners here. This is number 1. So this is this copied the North Song Dynasty, their official Qingming. And so, do you still remember what the incense burner will bring us? So it will help us to have a lot of children and prosperity, good business, and children. Yeah, if you want boys, and you will also have power. And if you have 9 of them, then you will become an emperor. And so anyone who will purchase this incense burner, if you want to have more money, I put 3 toonies, Canadian toonies. Yeah, so these are called, oh, look, it's silver, silver to embrace the gold. That will promote our prosperity. So is it only for this number 1? So this is for this special incense burner. Anybody who purchased this type of incense burner, You will all have these coins, these tunis, and you can, yeah, they are actually more precious than the copper ones. Yeah, it's so delicate. It's just like a very delicate, and you can pass down to your future generations because it's so delicate. Just like it's hard to tell the difference from the real ones from the Qianlong Emperor. And yeah, and especially with the blessings of the 3 tunis, with the blessings of prosperity and wealth, so that we will have more gain in our personal life, yeah, in our life. So these, yeah, okay, so if you use the incense burner to burn incense, so all these incense burners and the tunis, I have already blessed all of them, and do not take away the tunis. And when you put the, the ashes or the rice there to burn the incense, then do not take away the tunis, just yeah. So these tunis are called mother coin or mother money. Yeah. So this will help people to grow wealth. So number one incense burner is gifted to Sister Ping Cao. Yeah. Yeah, do not stop to walk Energy Bagua, okay? Walk Energy Bagua every day, you live over 99 years old. And so the mother coin or the mother money actually is like you grow from 1 to 2 to 2 to 3, and you will go wealthier and wealthier and wealthier. This is the blessings. And so Schabarum, Energy Bagua practice point, where is it? So let's have a look. It's 7:30 a.m. in the morning in Los Angeles in Schabarum Regional Park. We're going to start practice Energy Bagua. We're going to practice Energy Bagua. Let's start our practice with Energy Bagua aerobics exercise to warm up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now change direction, change side. So left and right. And now let's start to practice Energy Bagua. Energy Bagua is a practice that nurtures health. It's a lovely regimen. By simply walking around a tree, we're integrated with the nature. Our vital energy is quickly increases, and we can obtain good health and longevity. This Energy Bagua practice point is at a very great location. Many people exercise here every day. Many people here, some will stop by and see what we're doing. So this is a great place to introduce Energy Bagua to them. I have benefited from Energy Bagua myself, so I hope everyone else can also benefit from Grandmaster JinBodhi's Energy Bagua. Please take a look at this pamphlet. We practice here every day at 7:30 a.m. Take a look. We're practicing Energy Bagua. It's really good. We start at 7:30 every day. Welcome everyone to join us. Practice with us. Walk with us. After walking Energy Bagua, then we can enjoy some delicious breakfast together. Hot breakfast. Schabarum Regional Park is located in the community of Rowland Heights. This is a community in the city of Los Angeles, and it has many ancient residents. It is 575 acres in area with 75 acres of public space. Visitors can take a stroll, have picnic, barbecue, get together, or exercise. Once in the park, you can enjoy the spirit of nature. It's been over a decade since the Schabarum Park Energy Bagua practice point was established in 2009. Over the years, many people have benefited here. How did Energy Bagua help? I worked in the IT industry. There was a lot of pressure at work, so I had insomnia. It's so severe that I don't get any sleep at all. I come across Energy Bagua accidentally. Through practice, my health gradually got better. It improved day by day. Furthermore, after a few months, the severe insomnia was completely gone. Other side effects in insomnia, such as endocrine issues, digestive issues, all got better. After half a year, I'm basically healthy. That's why I have persisted in walking Energy Bagua since then. I have so many benefits. After I walked Energy Bagua, decades of lumbar strain healed. The cervical spondylosis caused stiff muscles on my left shoulder and skin numbness. These issues all got well. What's more miraculous is that my age spots are disappeared. Energy Bagua is fantastic. Thank you, Grandmaster. Since walking Energy Bagua, my health improved greatly. First, my triglyceride and cholesterol levels were very high. The normal range of triglyceride is around 160. My test result was almost 400. The normal cholesterol level should be around 200, but my level was around 300. After practicing Energy Bagua, I don't need to take medications anymore. All my health indicators are normal. Secondly, my joints. A few years ago, because of carrying heavy things, I torn both meniscuses. The doctor said because of my advanced age, he cannot repair it. He can only do surgery to trim it and stitch it back. I'm afraid of the pain, so I didn't have the surgery. However, after walking Energy Bagua, my joints can move freely. I don't need to hold the handle. When I go up, I'm healthier and look younger too. I had arthritis. I can't move my neck and I walk very slowly. After walking Energy Bagua, it's been 5 years already. It's getting better and better. I can move my neck freely and do exercise. My legs are great too. I can walk, I can jump, I can do anything. I have good appetite and good sleep. This is such a great practice. Everyone's feeling is different. Everyone should give it a try. I've always had poor health. I have osteoporosis and bone pain, and I was always in the sub-health. When the problem was the most severe, I could only sit for 5 minutes. The pain was excruciating, and so I went to see the specialist doctors. The specialist told me that the first thing I can do is rehabilitation and do some like acupuncture or some certain movements for me to do. And the result wasn't very obvious and improved much. And so he said, if the result is not good, then I could only have the painkiller injections. I didn't want to have the steroid injection, so I tried practicing Energy Bagua. After a year of practicing, I felt that my bones are much healthier. And before I could only do sitting meditation for 5 to 20 minutes. Now I can sit for more than an hour. I started walking Energy Bagua in 2013. I've been practicing for almost 10 years. Before, I had headaches and shoulder pain and lower back pain and hip pain. I used to have to go to see the traditional Chinese doctors and have to do massage therapy for the pain every week. But there was no real help, so I thought maybe I can try Energy Bagua. And I persevered in practicing the Energy Bagua every day. And gradually, my headache's gone, and the shoulder, the lower back, and hip pain all disappeared. I'm 86 years old. Before practicing Energy Bagua, I didn't have enough energy, and I always felt tired. So I practiced Energy Bagua every day until now. I've been practicing since 2013 until now. Every day I walk for an hour. Now I'm very healthy. I walk Energy Bagua every day. I'm very happy every day. I'm so happy. Walk Energy Bagua every day and live to 99 years old. Welcome to join us and walk with us to harvest life energy for health and for happiness. Energy Bagua, energy for life. Thank you, Grandmaster JinBodhi. Yay!
真是开心啊！
Wow,
对
so
其实
happy.
大家最后这个一起喊的就是说出了我们的心声，感
Everybody
恩自己
yelled,
心声
and they
有了
all
师傅，有了这个
said
八卦
from
之
their
后
heart,
才
because of
张张笑
Grandmaster
脸
JinBodhi,
这么
because
多人
of
重获
Energy
健康
Bagua,
快乐，对。
we
印
have
象
all
好
these
深刻，对，刚
smiles
才我
and
们看到
laughs
这
and
些都是
health and
片言
happiness.
之
And
语哈，就
yeah,
是
even though
一两
everybody
句话
only
就是在
said a
这里
few
让我们看到
words or a
很
few
多人
sentences,
各式各样的
but we
人
can
通过
see
做八
many
卦
people
以后世界
benefited.
长
They
得
had
不
all
一样，
kinds
他
of
们都
issues
觉
and
得哎
they've
呀，原来的我
walked
并不
maybe
健
longer
康，
or
对，
shorter,
善了，
but
对，
their
健康
issues
了，我
all
开
have
心
been
了，感恩师
improved
傅
and
啊，
they're
是
healthier and they're
有
happier.
新
They're
学员
so
有老学
grateful.
员
They're
啊，那
new
其实一开
students.
始
They're
盛广辉那个
you
师
know
兄
senior
他
student
他
Shen
是媒体人
Guanghui.
员啊，这个
He
有些
was
颈酸
he
乳炎，
worked in
对，
IT
失血造成
industry
的
and
哎
he
呀各
used to
种各样
have
的内
such
分泌失调，
serious
对对对对对，
insomnia.
他还算
And
相对
he
舒
had
服的
endocrine system.
那
He
还
was
后面我们看到
relatively
像
newer.
86岁的那
And
位，
the
最后对最后来这个
86-year-old
师姐
lady,
哪像86啊，你看
I
68
believe that
也差不
she
多，
is
对，
86,
多么精
maybe
神
just
呐，那个
68.
容
She
光
looks
焕
so
发，
young
对，
and she looks so
他都走了8、9
energetic.
年了
She's
嘛，
she's so
还有一位
happy.
师姐走了
And
10年了，
yeah,
为什么这样
she
一
has
路
already
走下
practiced
坚
for
持走呢？
maybe
就是因为获得
8
了健
years or
康，
9
对，
years, and
获
another
得了
sister
从
already
生那
walked
里
for 10
根本
years.
获
So
得不
they
了的这样的神
acquired
奇功
health
效
and
啊，
happiness that they
多
couldn't
少
get from the
70来岁
doctors.
的话
Yeah.
就叫人伺候
So
了，
a lot of people
行
they're
动
in
就
their
不方
70s
便
and they
了
have to
啊，
be
从头到脚
you
不是
know
这儿痛跟
looked
那儿痒，
after.
对不
They
对？
have to have a
人家
caregiver.
86
And
岁，
but
你
look
看
at
人家
this
说我天
lady.
天就
She
充
is
满着快乐，
86 years
对，
old.
是，
是吧？
And
对，
she's
他
full
为
of
啥呢？
happiness
他
every
没
single
那
day.
么多痛
Why?
苦呀，
She
对，
doesn't
他
have
练了之后，
any
整个这个
sufferings.
精神哈
After
特别的
practicing
饱满，
Energy
对，
Bagua,
精
she's
神饱
full
满
of
之后，并且
energy.
还真的有那
And
种幸福
and
感。
really,
对，
she
是，
他
feels
才说我怎么
happy
就那么快
because
乐
of
呢？
so much
就是
energy.
自己有
And
了
she
道
was
理，就是
wondering
正
why
能量
she's
充
so
满。
happy.
是，
And
还
it's
有
all
我们以
because
前
she's
见
full of
过的一
energy.
位明星师
And
姐荣聪师姐，你
对，
看在今
and
天我
Sister
们这个
Rong
影
Cong,
片
we
里
have
多
seen
么
her
年轻，
testimonial
挺
before.
好
She
哎，她
looks
的，
变苗
so
条了，
young and
对，漂
and
亮，
she
变
is
苗条
yeah
了。
more
她
fit.
说的都是大
And
实话，我
yeah,
们信
she
她说的话，吃得好，睡得好，八卦
yeah
内
she
功真
said
的好。
yeah
嗯，对，
she said I
这真
can
的是，
I
他
can
很
sleep
他
well,
也
I
说
can
的
eat
咱
well.
们每
Energy
个人
Bagua
感
is
受
so
不一样。
good.
对，
Yeah,
说
yeah,
来
so
试，
so
哎，你来试一试，
yeah.
我觉得
And
这
she
个也
said
挺不
yeah,
错的。
everybody
对，
may
这
have
个师
different
姐，
experience,
嗯，
but just
对，
give it a
很开
try,
在这个
right?
沙巴朗公园
Yeah,
啊，
so this is
救了
such
多少
a
人？
yeah,
救
so
了多
this
少人？救了
Schabarum
就是
Energy
苗
Bagua
条种
practice
疑
point
难杂
helps
症，
so
我们
many
这没
people
实
and
验的不
heals
好
so
治的。
many
然后刚才说
undiagnosable
的什么那种
diseases.
全
Look,
身那种那种痛
insomnia
的关
and
节，
the
还有
whole
骨质疏
body
松
have the
的，还有
pain
那
and
个尾巴
also
骨摔坏的，
osteoporosis and the
都是看
tailbone
亚健
was
康状态
entirely
的，对，劳
fractured
累的，对
and
吧？
some
还有
health
那个肝
issues
炎、
and
胆固醇，
also
对，这个
fatty
是很致命的问题的，
liver and
对啊。
所以健康
cholesterol
的 只是人家
Yeah.
会说名词，我也不懂亚健康。
Yeah.
但说到具体的时候，它
Subhouse.
是啥
Yeah.
呀？
So what does
不
subhouse
是，他
means?
说具体问题是骨质疏松嘛。
Oh, she
对。
also mentioned, yeah. So she actually
对
had the
对，
osteoporosis. She
骨质
couldn't
疏松
sit and
这
she
是玻璃
couldn't.
人。
So
今
she
天
had
你要他就不能
osteoporosis.
摔
It's like
跤，
a glass
一跌
person,
倒
and she
就
couldn't
完
fall.
啊， 不
If she
是
fall, it
脚
would
断
be
就会手
like
断。
she would either
对，
break
非
his
常恐
leg or
怖。
break his
这个走
arms.
一走
It's
之后，这个
terrible.
能量
And
充满了，
after
这就改变了。
she
哎，
walk Energy Bagua,
真
she's
是
now full of
神奇啊！
energy. Everything
哎，
changed,
当然，
everything
很多网友也
improves.
是很感慨
So
哈，说
a lot of
他
our
们
online
天天
friends
做
are
很好，但是我
also
看到沙巴朗
yeah
这个
very
美
happy.
国洛杉矶
They
柴湾的沙巴
when
朗
they're
这个
looking
版本
at
店的
this
时候，他们也
Schabarum
很幸
Regional
福。为
Park
什么呀？因为可以很
Energy
多人
Bagua
一
practice
起
points,
走，
they
这是一
there's
件
so
很
many
幸福
people
的
walk
事情。
together. This
对
is such
对，
a
你看
happy
大家
thing
都
to
多
do.
开心哈！然后走完
Everybody
八卦，
is
走八
so
卦的时
happy,
候
so
也相互
happy.
鼓励，走
And
完
they
八卦
can
还一起
encourage
吃
each
美
other,
食，
and
吃小
after
菜，
对，
practicing,
哇，真
they're
是我们的网友对
having
这
a
个评论
hot
特别多。
breakfast.
对
So
对
many
对，
说
people
这八卦年怎么这么这么
commenting
好？
on the
对
breakfast. They
对
say,
对
"Oh, what a
嗯，
其
wonderful
实
Energy
加州
Bagua
哈，
point."
美国加州那
Yeah,
块儿呢，它是
you
常
know,
年基本
in
上不下雨 啊，它有点点
California,
沙漠化的
because
感
the
觉
whole
啊，
day, the
所以它
whole
那个
year
太阳比
actually,
较好，所以
they're
出来练
mostly
功啊
it's
走八卦
sunny,
其
so
实
it's
真是好
very
真好。
哎，你除了那
convenient
儿之
and
后，基本上都
very
是夏天。
suitable for
它那就
practicing
好。
Energy
对，
Bagua
哎，
outdoors.
得
And
天独厚的条
yeah,
件。
没错，
so
网
they
友非
really
常
are
赞
very
叹这个八
lucky.
卦店，
And
树又
so
美，还有
yeah,
鸟叫
look at
声。
this Energy
是
Bagua
真
practice
是
point.
哈，
They have beautiful
咱们这些
trees
八卦
and
走
the
八卦的时候，
birds
真的
and
神清气爽
yeah,
哈，真
all
是。
the
我刚才
practitioners
看到
there,
在
they're
视频里
so
面，就是八卦店
refreshed
有一位
and
师兄特
yeah,
别
I
卖力的
saw
要我，哎，我们每天早上7点半啊，在这里走
yeah,
八
there
卦
was
哈，八卦内功对你
a
好，你
brother
可以
there
来
said,
试一试。
"Oh, come
从
here
来不发这样的
7:30
小宣
every
传
day."
单哈，
And
是
whenever
多么的有
he
精
see
神，他能
anyone,
讲
he
出话
would
来，你
give
们
the
好像中
pamphlet
气
to
十足
everyone. And when
啊
he was
哈。
talking to
嗯，
other
真是
people,
啊，
那
he's
位师兄是谁
full
呀？
of
小朋
energy.
友知
Who
道
is
吗？
that
他就是我们
young man?
美国加
Oh,
州
I
洛
know.
杉矶城堂
He
沙巴朗八卦
is
店的
the
店长
leader of
哦，
that
陈师兄。
请大
Schabarum
家看
Energy
看
Bagua
马
practice
恒师兄的
point.
故事。
So
好
let's
嘞，
watch
嗯，
Brother Ma
我
Heng's
来自
story.
美国洛杉矶，
I'm
我的法名叫
actually
马
I'm
恒。
from Los Angeles.
大
My
概
name is
18
Ma
年
Heng.
前，
About 18 years
因
ago,
为工作的原因，
because of my
我的身
work,
体就出现了问题，
my health
颈
started
椎、
to
胸椎、
have
腰椎
issues.
上个地方
My
都突出。
you know, I had
后
herniated
背
disc
右
on my
臂的肌肉
cervical
萎
spine,
缩，
thoracic
肌
spine,
肉
and
萎
lumbar
缩
spine.
造成
On
了
the
我
right
胸
side
椎
of my
突出
back,
这
the muscle
胸
there
椎这个
had
地方
degenerated.
非常非常
The
的痛，
muscle
动都不能动，
degeneration
一动都
along
不
with
能
the
够站起来。
herniated disc gave me
而且
excruciating chest
最
pain. I
最严
can't
重的
move
问题
this
是什
breathing
么
at
呢？就
all.
是
Otherwise,
站
I
都站不
jump
住，
from the
连
sharp
都
pain.
站不住。我
What's
当时
worse
才
is that I
20不
cannot,
到
I
30
couldn't
岁，
stand, not
然后
even
呢，
for 5
坐也
minutes.
坐不住，
At that
工
time,
作
I
都
was
辞
in
掉，
my
没
20s,
法
not
工作，
even 30 years
躺在
old.
床
I
上
couldn't sit
躺久
either.
了也
I
受不
quit
了，
my job because I
真
couldn't,
真
I
是
just
度
couldn't
日如
walk.
年。然后
I
呢，
laid on the bed, but I couldn't
也
lay
看
for a
了很
long
多的医
time
生，
either. For me, a
包括
day
我
was
那
as
边
long
的
as a
老中
year.
医，
I
也
went
看
to
了
see
西医。
experienced traditional
当时
medicine
去
doctors and
拍
Western
片子，
doctors. I went to
那个我
the
们那
most
边最有权威的
qualified
医
hospital
院
in
做
my
超声
hometown
检查，他说你的
and
身
had a
体
full body checkup.
其实他肌肉萎缩，他拍不出来，
Muscle degeneration
可能就说哎
cannot
你
be
有点突
shown
出，
on the
那那
image.
个萎缩这些症
They
状你都
just
拍不
saw
出来，
the
老师说拍出来还
herniation.
不错，
They
可是
looked
我
at
说
my
我都快
skin
要
and
死了，
said
你这样
everything
拍出
looked
来我没问
fine,
题
but
的。
I'm like,
看
I'm
中医
almost
吃了
dying.
半
But you
年的
said
中药
I'm
没停过，一天
okay.
都没有停，
I
比
took
吃饭
traditional
都还
Chinese medicine
还
for
认真，
half a year. I
连续吃6个
didn't
月，
miss
把肠胃
one
都吃坏了。
single dose, and I took the medicine
吃
more
坏的那
seriously
种
than
症
my
状是什
dinner.
么症状？就是吃
After
饭没有
taking the
胃
herbal
口，
medicine for 6
哇，那
months,
是
I've
那个
ruined my
或是真的
digestive
是，
system, and
真
so
是度日
I
如年。
didn't
后
have
来
any appetite. couldn't. Life was just difficult. Then I tried many alternative health methods, many regimens, but nothing worked. It was the worst time in my life. Once my insomnia was so severe that I didn't sleep for 3 days. My head was exploding. Other people think everything's fine for me, but my emotions, my pressure was overwhelming. When I was young, I was an optimistic and outgoing person, but after my health decline, I lost weight continuously. When people look at me, they see I was like a terminally ill and with the incurable disease and they say, "Oh, you're so young, but your body is." Yeah, they don't know the torture that I'm going through. The torture also severely disrupted my health. In the end, I didn't dare to see my friends either. My friend felt like I've disappeared. Also, I became very timid because I didn't even have energy to drive. I was very scared of driving a car. That was my life for about 10 years. After I came to the United States, I worked in a very cold storage for 2 years. My health plummeted to its worst. Yeah, the worst point. I always thought from perfectly good health to severely ill, it was destructive for me. Maybe it's karma. I met a sister at my workplace, Rongtian. She guided me through meditation. When I first came here, I liked the place. A teacher recommended Energy Bagua to me. That was 2013, he said. Every morning, there's a group practice here. You can come and give it a try. I said, sure. After practicing Energy Bagua, I began to sleep better. This change gave me faith. So I persisted in practicing Energy Bagua every morning. There's a park close to my home. So early in the morning at 5 a.m., I'd go to the park and walk Energy Bagua. A few months later, there was less pain. Back then, the pain was excruciating, and I couldn't move at all. But gradually, the pain was reduced. One day, I was at home practicing a sitting meditation. Suddenly, there was a crack in my spine. Wow! As if a knot was untied. I felt it's incredible. Suddenly, I felt courageous. When I drive, I was confident. I found my confidence back. I continued to persist. After walking Energy Bagua, I'm full of energy. My spirit, my energy level, my soul, everything was at a better state, even better than my youth. I don't feel tired working. Before, when I went to work, I was very weak. Every time, when we go to work, everybody would have to do a physical test. I didn't have the strength to pull on the apparatus, so they give me a sign that says 25 pounds. So I couldn't carry anything more than 25 pounds. It changed after practicing Energy Bagua. There was once the center was moving, and there was a piece of rock that is very heavy. I estimated the rock is at least 100 pounds. I wanted to try it. It was at least 150 pounds actually, and I was able to carry it up. I had more and more strength. I became so much more, flexible and a lot more agility, and it's really, really wonderful. One day I went to distribute magazine. I carried a stack of magazine. I was walking very fast. There was a ramp, and with the stack of the magazine, I didn't see the ramp, so I tripped on it, but I just flew forward. The miracle was that with the magazine in my arm, I just rolled on the ground and immediately got up. There was no problem. My wife was sitting in the car and laughing, and she said, Energy Bagua has made you agile, and it's incredible. So walking Energy Bagua and live in the golden age of 99, it's fantastic. In about 2017, I had a chance to become the leader of an Energy Bagua practice point. I'm very happy to take the responsibility because I love practicing Energy Bagua. When I see people practicing, I'm extremely grateful. I'm grateful to Grandmaster for giving this opportunity and platform to all of us. There's an 85-year-old sister who walks with us. One day, there's a new participant who came to practice with us. After practice, I asked the 85-year-old sister to chat with the new participant. Our slogan is walk Energy Bagua and live to 99 years old. And guess how old is this lady? And I apologize to her for asking for her age. The senior said, it's okay. I'm 85 years old. The new participant was amazed because the energy and spirit didn't look like 85 years old at all. And it's all these small things. One participant said, after walking for 3 days, my abdomen is smaller, my abs are flatter. I think their sharing brings us more confidence and encouragement. So everyone at our practice point says we have to take good care of this Energy Bagua practice points. Grandmaster has given us a lot of love and blessings. I'm sincerely grateful, Grandmaster. This is also my vow and my wish. In this life, I want to pass on Grandmaster's message to more people. This is my vow. Yeah, after practicing Energy Bagua, yes, there's so many benefits. Wow, look at Brother Ma Heng. Well, the previous stories made me joyful, but after watching Brother Ma Heng's story, I'm actually touched. Especially his last sentence, he said, my vow is to pass down this wonderful practice to help more and more people. Well, when you look at him, you can't believe that in his 20s, he has already suffered so much. Just now we talked about, the lumbar muscle sprain, but his whole spine was deformed and he had such excruciating pain that he couldn't sit, he couldn't stand, he couldn't lie down, and for 10 years. And because of taking so many medications, it also harmed his digestion system. And when he came to the United States, he worked in the freezing storage place, and yeah, he could only pull 25 pounds. It's like just a kid's strength. Yeah. Even just a big watermelon would be maybe 25 pounds. Yeah. Yeah. So when we think about his pain, we can imagine his life was at the lowest point at the time. Yeah. So who had no pain in this life? Yeah. And when we look at other people, we're always very, envious. But actually, everybody had some pain. Maybe now you're very lucky because you come to Bodhi meditation, and maybe you practice other meditations, or maybe you practice Energy Bagua. Now you have get rid of those pain, and now you have leave the suffering. So Sister Rong Tian introduced him to Bodhi meditation, and then he learned Energy Bagua, and he loved Energy Bagua. He only walked a very short period of time. His sleep has been improved a lot, and he suffered from insomnia. Once there was 3 days he couldn't sleep. He was almost exploding. I'm sure a lot of people had experienced that. Yeah, when you couldn't sleep and you would almost feel crazy. Why you want to, always want to yell or, yeah. So Brother Ma Heng, at the end, he was, so first he got better in sleep, and after walking a few months, before he had these spine pain, for a man to describe the pain at that point, you can imagine that the pain must be either 9 or 10. And if he hasn't collapsed, it must be because he had really good mental power. But ever since he started practicing Energy Bagua, he completely, his life changed. And one day there was a turning point when he was doing the sitting meditation, and suddenly he heard kacha, there was it's almost like the knot is untied, and how come he he was so weak and he got very timid and he even dare not drive, and how come the illness can make him very shy and timid and didn't even dare to see his friends? Well, Grandmaster says, I cannot explain because I'm not him. Maybe we can take the analogy of the power supply. If there's not enough power supply, would the light be very bright, or maybe it will just be glittering, or maybe the light is very dark? And if that's radio, then if the power supply is not enough, then maybe the sound will be suddenly loud, suddenly low. And if it is an electric fan, maybe the electric fan will sometimes will roll or sometimes will maybe stop. And so when there's no power supply or not enough power supply, nothing can work well. Someone with a lot of courage, they would usually walk very straight, and usually those people are full of energy. Only when they are full of energy, their chests are out, and then those people who are depressed or so they will be hunchback because their energy cannot support a straight back. And usually when, and they would be very thin, and they would be timid, and they would only look down at their toes, and it's because of lack of energy. And so lack of energy actually make them very lack of confidence, right? Yeah, lack of evidence will lead to lack of confidence. And so, when we have a lot of knowledge, and when we look at people, maybe where like our eyes are very sharp, and if people are very beautiful, then they are also very confident, and then usually their face would be facing up. And, well, arrogant is not good, but confidence is good. So very confident people are usually because they are full of energy. People are confident usually because of knowledge and money, and also energy. Very rich people, they usually have a lot of energy. We've already learned some physiognomy, and so we know something about facial reading. So this timidness usually is because of lack of energy. If you're lack of energy, would you be very smart? No, because your brain has not enough energy. And when he is full of energy, then he seems to be smarter because the brain would have enough power supply, right? And it's all because of lack of energy. So he is very timid. And when Brother Ma Heng was describing about him, when he was doing the sitting meditation, suddenly heard a sound like kacha. We actually heard a lot of sharings about the wonderful sound of crack. And the whole spine is now very clear and smooth, and all of a sudden he felt full of confidence and full of courage, and he suddenly dared to drive and go anywhere. And especially when we look at the video, he was running, and he was doing pull-ups, and he was doing, and before he was not even able to lift 25 pounds, but when he was helping moving of the Los Angeles Center, he was able to lift up 150 pounds. But be careful, okay, brother? Well, okay, so he won't carry 150 pounds every day, but at least he has the ability. So, but he just look at that transformation. We're so happy for him. He talked about his benefit, and he benefited so much from Grandmaster's teachings and Energy Bagua. He's completely transformed. He started to practice Energy Bagua in 2013, and he persisted, and so he benefited a lot. In 2017, he became the leader of that Energy Bagua group. And, why he became the leader? It was because the teachers at the center asked him to be, and also he wanted to help others. You know, there are lots of students like him. When they benefited, they wanted to be like Grandmaster, to help more people, so that more people will benefit just like me. So when they're doing, when they are taking responsibility, you know, he actually took the responsibility to be the leader of the Energy Bagua group. So he has to sacrifice something. He needs to organize everything. And when other people are walking, he would need to introduce, and he would correct them, and he would also watch for newcomers. And so he won't be able to practice very well. But even so, did it affect his benefits? Not at all. And this helping mindset will bring him a lot of blessings. And he said, every day when I see all the practitioners here benefit from Energy Bagua, I feel so grateful and brings me so much confidence. And so this gratitude, we can feel his gratitude. And so this is a Dharma bliss for him. And this Dharma bliss will bring him much more blessings, and the merits from helping others will make himself even more energetic. And also because he's an Energy Bagua lover, and during the time when he's the leader of this Energy Bagua group, he put all his heart into this, and he definitely will take some other time to practice. He actually will practice other meditation too. So he is very, very diligent. It didn't mean that he only practiced Energy Bagua at that time. So anybody else who also have the wish to be a leader of the Energy Bagua practice point or the practice group, then so you can see that he would pick up people and send them back, and then he would prepare breakfast, and he would also walk around and watch for newcomers and distribute pamphlets and introduce Energy Bagua. And he was very busy when he was the leader of this Energy Bagua group. He would take some other time to practice his own practice. It won't affect your benefit, but instead it will even get better. And so this is in United States, in California, in Schabarum Regional Park. And we have already known this regional park, Energy Bagua practice for them. We also know Brother Ma Hen. A lot of our online friends are commenting and praising Brother Ma Hen. And his vow is just the same as Grandmaster's vow. And Grandmaster said he is wonderful. We can't stop praising him. And Grandmaster said, I'm also touched by him. And so I will give him such wow. This is a plaque saying, 2022 Outstanding Energy Bagua Practice Point Leader.
这是金菩提宗师授予的，对，授予。
So this is the first Energy Bagua Practice Point Leader. And so this is awarded to Ma Hen. Congratulations, Ma Hen. United States, California, Schabarum Regional Park Energy Bagua Practice Point. So this is the glory of all the practitioners over there. And
美国
we
加州
also for
洛杉矶坛堂
United States,
沙巴朗八卦点
California,
Wait.
Los Angeles
Wait.
Meditation Center,
看
Schabarum
我怎么
Regional
写的
Park Energy
优
Bagua Practice
秀
Point,
八卦点
the Energy Bagua Practice Point. Yay! Let's give
真
them a
是
round
很
of
棒哈，请
applause.
继续努力哈。
哎呀，
嗯，
继续努力，
赞叹赞叹
更多的
Work
人因
harder
为八卦
and
内功而受
continue.
益。
Yeah,
太高兴了，师傅。
we're so
我还想起
happy.
来还有一个人，就是
Oh,
接
there's
引马涵
somebody
师兄
else.
来到
And
堂的
oh,
这个
that
世界
sister
网友
who
们都发现
actually
了，说
introduced
好
Ma
几次都
Heng
听到这位
to
师姐的名字，她还真的是一个
to
活宝
Bodhi
在
meditation. Yeah, we
啊
actually
网友
heard
都在
about
说的
her name
经常
several
听到蓉
times.
田师姐的
Rong
名字。
Tian
好
sister
真
Rong
是哈，
Tian.
这是非
Yeah.
常宝贵的接引菩萨哈。那
Yes,
我今天呢，
she
就
is
赠送给
a
这
really
个
a
蓉田师姐
bodhisattva
哈，这样一个绿松
who
石的一个项链，
introduced Bodhi meditation
还
to
有
Ma
还有
Heng.
一个
And
啊
I will
养
gift
生
Sister
堂
Rong
这延
Tian
年益寿的小普洱
this
茶
turquoise
啊
necklace
对
and
送给你哈
also
真是
this
哈，这是非常的慈悲
aged
善
poor
良的
tea
啊
for
一位师姐
for
哈，
health
祝你
longevity.
健
You are
康长寿，
very
全家幸福。
very, very
感恩师
compassionate
傅
and kind. Wish you
喜悦
health
真的我
and
都发心充
longevity.
满了。
Wow.
是对我都
Thank
出
you,
汗了
thank you.
是我们沾了
Oh,
沙巴
thank you,
朗八卦点的光
Grandmaster.
了。
Oh,
我
no,
建
I'm
议大屏幕
sweating.
上把那
We're
个奖
full
杯
of
再
Dharma
给
bliss.
大家
Yeah.
大家看一下
Yeah.
马痕师兄，大家都不知道是怎么
Yeah.
写两个字儿哈。
Okay, so let's look
我
at
们再为
the
马痕师兄高兴一下，
对
为沙巴朗高兴一
that
下。
对
again.
看，这是我们
对
第一位2022年获得优秀八卦点长的师兄哈，马痕师兄。
So this is Ma Heng, outstanding energy bagua. Ma Heng is the first one who earned this trophy, outstanding energy bagua practice point leader.
沙巴朗八卦
Yeah,
点
for
对
USA Los Angeles Schabarum
对
Regional
优秀八
Park
卦点长
Energy
对八
Bagua
卦点长，我们
practice
再来看看
point.
他们八卦点的
And
奖状。
let's
这也是
look
金菩提
at
宗师
This
颁予的第一份
prize. This
对
is
于
the
全球
first
的优秀
one
八卦点的这样的一个奖励，又是给予了是美国
that
加州洛
that
杉矶的
Grandmaster
沙巴朗
JinBodhi
八
has
卦点
awarded. This is a
双喜临门
certificate
开心开心。
of a prize, outstanding energy bagua practice point. So this is a wonderful, outstanding energy bagua practice point, and all the brothers and sisters there, and also Brother Ma Heng, and also the brothers and sisters in Los Angeles Meditation Center. They all did very well to look after this energy bagua practice point, and they did very well. This is the glory of the whole Los Angeles Meditation Center. Yeah, let's okay, look at the screen. This is the phone number of the Los Angeles Meditation Center, Bodhi Meditation Center. Yeah, there's so many people at Los Angeles who actually gained health and happiness because Bodhi meditation. So yeah, if you have the need, go to this Los Angeles. If you're in Los Angeles, you can go there, and with this healthiest way to it help us to very safely recover. And you know, any medicine will have some side effects. The old saying says any medication would have some side effects, but these practices would actually can even cure sometimes cardiovascular systems disease or liver disease or lupus or even cancer. I dare not say that. Yeah, people might say, oh, it can cure any kind of disease, but there are many cases that has been recovered. Yeah, so this is the first trophy that we awarded to the first trophy that we awarded to an energy bagua practice point. Yeah, we hope that in the whole world there will be many energy bagua practice point will be like this Schabarum energy bagua practice point and help many people. And actually, in this energy bagua practice point, there are lots of middle-aged or seniors. They do benefit a lot. And if young people, they don't have many health issues, if they practice Energy Bagua, will they benefit? Oh, yes, absolutely. You know, myself, Grandmaster said, I learned when I was a teenager. I was a little kid when I learned Energy Bagua. I think that after I practiced 2 or 3 years, my life completely transformed from living in pain to living in the sunshine. Before I was always, taking medicines and having injections, and then I don't have to take medicines or injections anymore, and I can do anything that other kids can do. If other people can run or walk or play, I can do them too. And I don't feel lack of energy anymore. Some people who practice martial arts, sometimes they want to compete with me. I did compete with them. I didn't fail, Also, in the past, my energy was so low. To have such a huge transformation, it was like so hard to express. When you hear that, it sounds like incredible, but but I experienced that. I used to be very low-witted, but I start to be able to think, and I start to have brighter eyes, and thirdly, I can feel something that, I can feel what the adults are encountering, and I can even feel what they have, what events they have encountered, or what illnesses actually they have. And sometimes, I can sense that. Sometimes I feel that their soul is talking to me. At the beginning, I thought I was crazy, but then it was proved. And so for younger people, I actually train some students who are about to take the entrance examinations in China, and then they feel that they are so much better in focusing. Some young people, a lot of young people, they are very good at reaction and they're very smart, but they cannot focus when they are writing homework or when they are maybe doing any exams, that they actually, their mind wanders away. But after they practice Energy Bagua, they can calm down and they can focus. Their body and mind can be in one, so they can focus, and so they can pay attention. And not just seniors have illnesses. A lot of children, they actually had illnesses too, even after birth. Like for Ma Heng, he had illnesses when he was very young. It actually came from his genes. It actually, he felt he was like injured. It actually was because he was too weak. It was from his genes. And so young people, if you learn Energy Bagua, it will help not only physically, but also your intelligence, your focus, and also you'll be stronger and to do self-defense. For middle age or seniors, we teach them more for health. But when I was learning Energy Bagua, it actually helped me to self-defense. Well, actually today we have seen a video, like 2 sisters actually put a very tall young man on the ground. Those are all Energy Bagua. Wow. And actually Energy Bagua is very complicated. Would you like to watch that video again? And maybe if you review it, you will learn it too.
When we saw this movie, this video, we saw that, oh, she's so strong. Don't you dare to touch me, then I'll put you to the ground. That's it. It's in like a second or 2 seconds, in a split second. I can't feel with a blink of the eyes that big man just fall down. People might think that he is just pretending, but when we're filming this, he was, of course, not using a lot of strength. But if he does use a lot of strength, he will get hurt. And when your life is in danger, a lady who is walking in the dark, when you meet someone who is dangerous, he wants to harm you, then do you want to be hurt by that person? Of course you don't. And you have to run away. As a lady, can you run faster than a guy? Most people can't, and so you need some methods to go against him. And we haven't shown you the combination of movements yet. And when you use them together with these 8 or 10 different movement combinations, then it's very useful. It's self-defense. But self-defense at the same time, it has some offense movements too, because that bad guy, he doesn't have any virtues or good intent. Also, we don't want to harm that person. We want to save our life and run away. Many bad things can happen, and so our young friends, our young Bodhi meditation practitioners, if you want to be more capable, I think Energy Bagua, we've only learned 1% of the entire Energy Bagua practice. I need to simplify it so that it has a good health effects. But it's very profound, and there are many movements. And these movements, some of them were not taught by Grandmaster Ren. I actually developed them. There's nowhere you can learn these movements. When I was young, people actually came to me to practice and go fight to compete with me. And there were policemen, there were secret police, there were soldiers, and they came to learn from me. And even when they need to shoot again, I teach them how to focus with our guided reminders. And I was also the deputy director of the Martial Arts Society of China. And I was sitting on the same table as Jet Li's master. When I go there, there's everyone beside me are all great masters, and I had to wear protection from them, because when they, with a wave of hand, they can hit me and I'd fly away. But without true capability, you can't sit on the same table as these masters. And also the government hire me for special positions as well, and I don't want to mention too much of that. I am a white cloud. I flow anywhere and help sentient beings there. I am just a civilian. I am not a person who can be a politician or who gets into politics. And that's why I traveled around the world. So young people, if you learn Energy Bagua, it's your fortune. If you didn't learn Energy Bagua, then it's your misfortune. The earlier you learn, the more fortune you have. And that's it. So Uli says Energy Bagua is suitable for people young and old, for everyone's health. And also people who wants to learn martial arts don't learn from me because my martial art movements are very cruel. And so I try not to fight with others. And when I do, I will want to be able to defeat that person in one move. So I hope you don't learn martial arts from me. And even if we show the movements are also hurtful too, it's more important to learn the compassionate heart. And that's why I have quit from the martial arts world. And even with just these few movements that we saw, we can see that Energy Bagua is very profound and as deep as the sea. And we've only learned a little bit that can help us to gain health and get rid of illness. And we're very grateful for that. And to gain good health, to culture our heart, to culture our mind, to live a long life, and to have peace in the world. And that's our pursuit. But as long as you work Energy Bagua every day, you can live to the golden age of 99. And that's what we want to do. With that, then we can have a peaceful and good life. From the Chinese perspective, Qingming festival is coming. In addition to self-cultivation, working Energy Bagua, in this season, I want to remind our young friends, because some of you might not understand it. Everyone, every person, every living being is passed down, is our life is given by our ancestors. Especially, we are directly benefited from our grandparents, paternal grandparents, maternal grandparents, our fathers, mothers, or stepfathers and mothers. They have been very kind to us. This kindness, this depth of raising us, we cannot repay this debt in 10 lives. And no matter what, if there's good food, they want us to have it first. They'd rather starve than to, and they have to have us to eat it first. And so our parents' love is very important. I remember a story. There was a person, he went to a temple, and this young man said, "I want to become a monk. Please accept me, take me in." And that master asked him, "Where did you come from?" "I came from Shandong." "How many siblings are in your family?" He said, "I'm the only child." "Do you have any parents? How old is your parents?" "My father is 50, my mom is 48. My mom is in poor health and she is laying in bed." Then the master asked, "Why do you want to become a monk?" "I want to learn Buddhism. I want to help all sentient beings. I want to learn compassion." And the master said, "Yes, that's very good. I like you. But you have to go home and save your parents first, because your parents are your Buddha. You don't need to come to me. If you want to learn Buddhism, you have to first learn to respect the Buddha that gave you your life, raised you. If you have this mind, then you don't have to go to India to learn Buddhism. As long as you treat the Buddha close to you first." And the master sent that boy home to attend to his parents. So during the Qingming festival, we have to learn being filial to our parents, to our elders. Some people's parents are still alive in this world, and it's our chance to pay respect to them and love them and care for them. Of course, if they do something wrong, then we need to use wise ways to remind them. But if they are right, then we need to be filial and respect them and spend time with them and care for them. they raise you when you were young, and now that they are old, we give care to them too. It's not just a Chinese culture, but it's everyone's ethics to take care of your parents. And also, if unfortunately if your parents have already passed away, if you didn't get to be filial to them when they were alive, then on their anniversaries, on Qingming festival and on Ulambana festival, then we have to pray for them. We have to commemorate them or give them soul salvation, because we don't know our parents, our family relatives, or our ancestors. We don't know how many of them are still living in hell. Nobody can say for sure that in all my ancestors, there's no robbers, there's no murders. They have not done any mistakes. And there are even people who take killing as fun. And that's why sometimes when we are angry, we want to scold people, we want to kill people, because it's written in our genes. Who doesn't have the genes for cancer? Who doesn't have genes for mental illness? We all have it. Then how can we make our life more perfect? And let me tell you a secret. If your ancestors, if they have passed away, their spirits, if their souls are locked in hell, then our fate, our health cannot be good. Everybody wants to earn a lot of money. Some people say that if you work a job, then you can earn some money. But if you do any investment, you lose everything. It indicates that your ancestor might be locked in the hell because you don't have the merits and virtues to embrace this wealth. That's why some people cannot do any investment in this life. As long, whenever they invest, they will lose everything. I know several people like this. There are lawyers, financial people in the financial industry, and even finance professors. They ask me why. I see that it's written in their fate. When they ask me, I can only tell them to do many good deeds. Be generous. Be generous to who? To people who are less, who have less than you, who are in poverty, or make offerings to compassionate self-cultivators, like Buddhist masters. Make generous donations. Make offerings, or be filial to your parents at home. And some people just cannot do this, even though they are professional. They are professors or lawyers. They cannot do this. Although they have a good job, they don't do it. When I tell them to go to visit their family graves and commemorate their ancestors, they ask me, "Oh, then would my stock do better?" And also, when their father passed away, when they commemorate their parents at their graves, they just think about their stock. Although you have a good career, you cannot make a lot of money in investments. You don't have the foundation to embrace this wealth. Say that if you have thousands of tons of gold, but if you don't have a good foundation, the soil will sink, the ground will sink. And how can you make this foundation? Do merits for your ancestors. I've seen a lot of such things before. I saw at least 10 people, their family graves are leaking water. And when there's a lot of rain, the rain washes the grave, and there's a huge leak. And all these family graves are in their hometown, and they live in the city. And so it's very far away from their hometown, and they don't remember to go back to their hometown to repair the graves. There's one person whose one child committed suicide, and the other child got killed in a car accident. And when he asked me, I told her that her child has more accidents, and I told her that her child is in France, and I told her that don't let him drive anymore, and she said, oh no, I just bought him a sports car. I said that there is a bloody accident coming up, so don't let him drive. And he was a spoiled kid, and he didn't listen. After about 12 days, she sent me a message and told me that he was in a car accident and is now in the hospital. The lumbar was broken, and he was in hospital bed. I said, I already told you, ask him not to drive anymore. He said that my son doesn't listen. And because his father is very busy, and they just let him spend money, and when he gets used to it, he will just do whatever he wants. And if he's not allowed to do it, he'll just get angry and smash everything. But there's more problems. There's more trouble. And I told him, why are there so many bad things happening? I told him that you have to pay respect to your parents, and there is a leak in your grave. And she said that, oh, actually a few years ago we repaired the grave with concrete, but no matter how secure it seems, did you redo the foundation? If it's heavier on the top, then the grave is going to sink. And the bottom of the grave was there was a crack and a hole, and the coffin was not properly placed, and there were animals in the grave too. And so there was more trouble to come. So they went back to their hometown and checked out the grave, and it's exactly what happened. They were cracked, and so they repaired the graves, and their company also went public too. And I also told him that there were villains in there that are around them, and so before their business flourished, they did some bad things, and karma is coming back to them. And so there are villains trying to disturb their business. And so I asked him that we are opening a new center. Can you give us some help? And so they helped us with the rent. No, oh, sorry, they didn't help us with the rent. And I gave him the chance, and he didn't take the chance. And so that year, he lost $20 million. And so our children, our business, our facial features, all the beauties in life is related to your merits, to your ancestors' merits. Think about it. If your father is locked up in the prison and get beaten up every day, are you happy? And think about it. If your grandfather becomes a spirit, then their energy is completely tied to you. It's tied to you by blood. And when your grandfather who's passed away is being tortured by the ghosts, then your waist may feel pain, and you have to go for therapy. In the past, in your past life, if you killed somebody, and if you kill somebody, cut their throat, then maybe in this life you will have a lot of neck pain. And maybe if you don't make up for it, maybe one day your neck will be broken. It sounds very bloody and very cruel, but it is the truth.
if
you can contact your local road authorities and see how many car accidents there are, how many people are disabled by car accidents. There are so many of them. It's all related to our relationship to our ancestors, to our merits. That's why during the Qingming festival, why we have to commemorate our ancestors. That's how important it is. You always talk about having good feng shui and having good future. But if your ancestors are suffering, then you cannot have a good future. So we have to do it during the Qingming festival, visit the graves. Usually, females, ladies get married. Before you get married, you can visit the grave of your ancestral family. But after you get married, you have to visit your in-laws' ancestral graves. And during the Qingming festival, it rains a lot. So you have to fix and repair the ancestral graves and get rid of the weed and repair the hole so that it doesn't leak any energy. If it's leaking energy, then it's as if there is a hole in your abdomen. You think that it's just a pile of soil and there is a dead corpse inside. It's not that simple. In all the situations that I've run into, I would oppose this view because you don't understand how important it is. So our ancestral graves should not be cracking, repaired as soon as possible. And if there are weed, if it's dirty, you have to take care of it. It doesn't have to be very expensive, but it has to be secure. Master, there are many people who live in the city. They don't have their own family graves. They usually have it's usually their ash pots that are placed in a public graveyard. And so there are probably less work on repair, on cleaning, but we can still commemorate them and visit them, and we can bring offerings, and we can burn joss paper. Master, can you talk more about these rituals? You have to have offering items, and you have to burn joss money. After the Chinese New Year and spring is here, you have to burn joss money to your ancestors. Usually we don't burn real money. We burn ghost money, spirit money, and it's money for use in hell. When I was young, when we worship our ancestors, we use something that we actually need to make these joss paper ourselves. But now these joss papers are pre-made and printed with amounts of money on them. And it's better to burn as much as possible. And also bring delicious food that your ancestors enjoy. And don't put it there for the ceremony, but take it away afterwards. Some people might say that if I leave it here, maybe some wild animals will eat it. It's okay. And so the principle is that if you made it, if it's not offering, and you offered it in front of the grave, don't take it away and eat it yourself. No matter who eats it, we see it as the ancestor eating it. And also during the pandemic, it might not be very convenient for people to go out and visit their ancestral graves in their hometown. What can we do then in the city? Of course, in our centers around the world, people can make light offerings, can have plugs to commemorate them. So Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are compassionate and all sentient beings. And so during the season, all the centers have light offerings available. And I will also have light offering available for you. And we want to benefit our parents and ancestors who have passed away. We might have done some bad things in the past, but now it's a good chance to make up for it. And we want to guide them to the Pure Land so that they are not in hell anymore. And if we have some good fortune, then maybe we can eliminate their negative karma so that they can reincarnate into good families or be reincarnate or go to the Pure Land. And that's why we will have light offering available to suit your needs. So global Bodhi meditation centers will have these light offerings available. And if it's not convenient for you to visit these centers, you can visit puticollege.com. Let's take a look. So visit puticollege.com and you will see the yellow button says Qingming Festival Light Offering. And click in. And this is Blessing from the Western Pure Land. And here, what you see is for Qingming Festival. So a special offer for Qingming Festival ancestor commemoration, and it's a 7-day blessing light for the departed. It's $88. And this is a special light for the Qingming Festival to do merits for our ancestor. And it's available online for 21 days until April the 10th. And it won't be available after that. And it's available on first come and first serve basis. If you have heard it online, share this good news with other people, and we can make the merits for our ancestors. So one light is $88, and it's for one person who has passed away. I know that in my family there are many different ancestors, and what should I do? Say that I know that Jurgen's, for example, my grandfather, I can light one light for him, that's $88. And if I want my grandfather to be better, I can offer 10 lights for him. And this is for one person. What if I want to do it for all my past ancestors? Maybe to share one light with all my ancestors, then the illumination will be very weak. So we should do as much as we can, whether it's 1 or 10. We should, depends on our financial situation, we should offer our sincere offer, and then we can receive blessing from the Buddha and Bodhisattvas. And also, the more you offer, the more illumination there will be to help our ancestors. The illumination from one light, is it for one person or for a group of persons? Then how much they receive will be different. So in addition to these special light offerings, there are also auspicious blessings. During the Qingming festival, it's related to our ancestors, to our ghosts. And sometimes we might feel our home or our mind might be disturbed or feel not peaceful. We might hear some sound or some weird things or unfortunate things happening. And for yourself, you might feel you can't sleep very well, you might have nightmares. you might feel something pressing down on you when you're sleeping, or the kids might be crying for no reason, and it could indicate that you are disturbed by some negative evil energies. And so during the Qingming festival, because we are communicating with the departed, and that's why there might be these signs. And so Master has two new lights available. The first one is Guru Rinpoche's bloodstone light, and this light is for a specific home. For example, Jue home, Jue house, and it could be Jue house in her hometown. You just have to write it very specifically. You don't have to write the specific address. That specific address is for the mailman, but as long as you write Jue's home, Jue's house, then the Buddha Bodhisattva will know. So whose home is very important. And this home, this blessing, this light is for the house of the living, not for graves, not for tombs. And so when we write it, we can write whose house. And that's all you need. And also, Wuli just reminded that if there are a lot of disturbances at the house and you need a greater blessing, then you can make several light offerings. And also, you can offer the lights for a longer period of time. There are 3 time periods available. The first one is 15 days. And that's $280 for 15 days. And this is actually a very good price. And there's also 49-day lights. And Medicine Buddha Sutra has said that if there's something very important, you have to offer a light for 49 days. And if it's even more important or the situation is more severe, then you have to offer 49 lights for 49 days. And there is another one that is, if you want to offer light for the entire year, if you want to live under Guru Rinpoche's blessing for the whole year, then it's $3,600 for a year of lights. So Master is very considerate. He has different options for different needs and different financial situations. If you are well off and you have a good house, your house already have a good value and you pay more for insurance already. And if there's disturbance at your house, and it's probably a good idea to select a good protection. And so that's the light for blessed home. And there's also another type of light to calm the mind and spirit. We pray for Medicine Buddha's blessing to calm our mind and spirit, whether it's during the Qingming festival or any time during the year. Get rid of the disturbance from evil or negative energies. And the light to calm the mind and spirit, you can light one light for one person, or you can light many lights for one person, or you can also choose how long you want to offer the light for. There's 15-day, 49-day, and usually we won't feel disturbed or uncalm all year long, and so only 15-day or 49-day is available. Master, thank you for giving us these light offering options during the Qingming festival, so that we can benefit and our ancestors and our families can benefit. Because everyone have this need to make light offerings and eliminate calamities. I sensed this need. Some of these issues cannot be cannot be get rid of by any one person. And that's why we pray to the Buddha Bodhisattvas, so that my Grandmaster, my Buddha, my Bodhisattva can help you with it. All our needs, if you have needs, we will also have a free blessing available for you. Master has already opened this opportunity for you to prayer registration. It's Qingming Festival Merits Chanting Class prayer list. And in this registration, you can register for blessing for your ancestors, people who have passed away, so that they can be reincarnated into better people, or they can be guided to the Pure Lands. You can also pray for the living, whether it's their career, their studies, any aspect of life. You can fill it out in here, and it's the same as always. If it's not convenient for you to use your real name, then you can use your nickname or an alias. As long as you are sincere, the Buddha and Bodhisattva will receive your prayer, and they will give you protection and blessing. Thank you, Master. And also during this period, because Qingming Festival is here, we will pray to the Medicine Buddha, to my Grandmasters, to Guru Rinpoche, to Guanyin Bodhisattva, so that we can chant together. Thank you, Masters. We really need it. And so we will hold a Qingming Festival Merits Chanting class. And here are the dates. The chanting class, Qingming Festival Merits Chanting class in Vancouver time, it is next Thursday to Saturday, March 31st, April 1st, and April 2nd. So in Vancouver time, it's next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and it starts at 6 p.m. on each day. In Asia Taipei time, it is next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, April 1st to 3rd, starting at 9 a.m. every day. And it's right before the Qingming Festival, when we need it the most. We can chant and pray for our ancestors. Remember these dates. We will post this chanting class information on Facebook and online, and you can find this information there at any time. I saw many messages. People ask many questions. Let's take a look. Some people are asking for the website for light offering. Let's show it on the screen. You can take a picture and remember it. It's www.puticollege.com. Some people is asking, will the new lights be available afterwards, the lights for blessed home and to calm the mind and spirit? Yes, they will be available afterwards. Only the Qingming Festival ancestor memorial lights will only be available during the Qingming Festival. I want to answer a few questions. Some people asked that they dreamed of her grandmother who has passed away. Her grandmother said that my house needs to be fixed. What does it mean? Their grave needs to be repaired, and also it means that she's unhappy in the underworld, and there's energy that is leaking. When she tells you that her home is leaking, it actually means that your house is leaking. And I think it's the easiest to offer merits to her by offering light for her. because I saw people leaving messages and say that the government doesn't allow people to burn joss paper anymore. You can find a quiet place and use a metal pot and burn joss paper at night. If it's inconvenient, then you can just make offerings online, and it's easy and simple and it's safe. Another person said that a single mother got remarried, and her son's grandfather passed away, so her son's stepfather's sorry. So a single mother has got remarried, and she had a son in the previous marriage, and her ex-husband's father has passed away, and she's asking if the child should commemorate her grandfather. And Master's answer is that yes, you should, because it's blood tie and you cannot sever it, and it's good that the child is filial and understands that he has two grandfathers now. There's another question says that in their hometown, their ancestral graves has been flattened, because the entire hill has been flattened, and it's been 3 years since it happened. He doesn't know whether he should move the graves. It sounds as if the grave has already been, the ground has been flattened. Would you be able to find your grave? You should find it and move it, and build a new grave with a plaque. At least you need a plaque. So move that grave. The land resources are more scarce, and so there are less chance for us to have a big coffin and bury the entire coffin. Usually, nowadays people cremate the bodies, and even there's no place to place the urn. And in Taiwan, they will build a very high building and place the urn inside. And if you believe in Buddhism, then there will be a Buddha in the room. And it costs a lot of money, and usually it's hosted by a company. If that company is closed, then where does the urn go? And some people say that after cremation, we just spread the ash in the garden. Then where do we pay our respect? Do you still have the ancestor? Do you still remember your ancestor? Everything seems so faint. But your ancestor won't forget about you. You can forget about them. If your ancestors cannot forget about you and always think about you, then what will happen? That's why some people always dream of their ancestors. Some people always dream of her grandfather calling her, "Child, come to me." And she knows in her dream that her grandfather has passed away. It's not a good sign. Quickly make some merits and offer light for him. It's very dangerous when he's calling you to come. And also, some grandparents, if they really love their grandson, they will cook for you in your dream and say, come and eat together. Grandson, I made your favorite food. It's very risky, dangerous. Don't eat it. And also in your home, can you put your deceased grandfather's photo on the Buddha altar? No, you cannot. Deceased people's photos should not be put together along with the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. It should be put in different rooms. If your room is very small, then put it in different directions. Separate them apart, otherwise there will be trouble. And also, on our sometimes when our seniors in our family pass away, we hung their picture on the wall, the black and white photo. How long should we hang that photo for? For example, if your grandfather passed away, you can, during the first half year, his black and white photo is very large, and you can put it in the living room with a plaque. And after 100 days of his passing, or after 49 days of his passing, you should move that picture, move that plaque to a different room, or change it to a smaller picture. It's not that we don't respect them, but because the living and the deceased are in two different rooms, are in two different worlds. When that picture is so big that you cannot avoid it, it actually brings a lot of yin energy, a lot of negative energy, and that's why you will lose some fortune. It's not that we don't remember them. It's just that deceased people's photos shouldn't be too large in your home, or you can put it in the photo album so that it's not hanging on the wall. Or during the Qingming festival, during the Ulaanbaatar festival, you can bring out the large photo and pay respect to them. Otherwise, during other times, you should put them away carefully. So deceased people's photos shouldn't be too large. And say that if the senior, the older parent, says goodbye to their deceased son, if their son is only 10 years old when they pass away, and it's very painful because you miss that your child. I visited a Caucasian person's home, and her father doesn't dare to go into her daughter's room because the mother placed all the daughter's pictures around the house, and it's not very good. And both of them suffered from poor health, and they got psychics come to their house to look at the house. And you have so many pictures in the house, and you always think about her. She cannot reincarnate. She cannot move away. The living people are in one world, and people who have deceased are living in another world. That world may not be too bad, and when you're always thinking about her, she cannot live in that world, and she's always dragged back to this world. So you have to put away some of her pictures and clean her room. You have to understand the natural law that when a person dies, they cannot be brought back to life. So you cannot be always thinking about them and preventing them from reincarnation. I hope you can understand this. Many people ask these questions because you don't understand it. That's why we discuss it. If there are more questions, we can ask Master these questions during the online chanting class. And today there are some dragonflies on my table. Many people are asking about it. Master, these are already sold out. Let me tell you what does these dragonfly mean. I ordered these. These are made by bronze. these dragonflies are made for the Qingming festival because in Chinese it's called Chanting and similar to Qingming festival. And in English it's called Dragonfly. And in Chinese it's also known as the Dragonfly too. And so it can clear your home of negative energy. So you can place the dragonfly wherever suitable. And it's brown so that and the wings can be taken apart and put back. So wherever you put it, it will help you to, it will bring you peace and calmness. And it will help with your, interpersonal relationships as well. All right. So that's all for today's live stream. We've already talked for 2.5 hours. And let's show everyone the chanting class time again. In North America, Vancouver time, it is from March 31st to April the 2nd, and it's next week, next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at 6 p.m. And in Asia Taipei time, it is next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from April 1st to April 3rd, starting at 9 a.m. So we can chant with Master and pay respect to our ancestors and bring them merit. And also it's during the pandemic and the world is not very peaceful. So if we can live with happiness, with health, and live to 99, it's not very easy. So don't miss this chanting class. It will help us to increase our fortune, increase our auspiciousness. I welcome everyone to chant with me. I wish you good health and longevity, auspiciousness, and may all your wishes come true. I'll see you during the online chanting class.
小小的红点里，人生就此欢喜。我快乐了，我健康了，我幸福了，我美丽了。在茫茫人海之中，让我与你相遇。小小的红点里，人生变得神奇。我智慧了，我宽容了，我慈悲了，我自在了。因为有了你，生命变得更坚定，不忧忧无虑。因为有了你，日子不再有哭泣，不再有恐惧。我快乐了，我健康了，我幸福了，我美丽了。我 定的真理，修行的理因为有了你，日子犹如彩虹般，彩虹般美丽。我快乐了，我健康了，我幸福了，我美丽了，我快乐了，我美丽了，我幸福了，我美丽了。在茫茫人海之中，让我与您相遇。小小的红点里，人生就此欢喜。